Dr. Shamsi, now the regional approach, should Pakistani authorities be focusing more on the regional approach or also at the same time be looking forward towards the United States of America? We have seen their high-ranking officials repeatedly expressing their unequivocal, unconditional support to Pakistan in dealing with this menace of terrorism also. Which option carries more weight for Pakistani authorities in the immediate terms?
In fact, Shah Saab has been very forthcoming. He has pointed out a number of options and number of issues, and the government of Pakistan must consider them. Very invaluable inputs that Shah Saab has given. My opinion is little on the other side. I am a peace activist and I do not believe in recommending warlike actions, because I believe that we should win the war by other means, because we do not want to hurt the poor people of Afghanistan anymore. They have suffered enough over the past 40 years. However, Pakistan has suffered much more than any other state due to Afghan crisis ever since 1979. We have not suffered that much from the eastern border as much we have suffered from the western border, which we never anticipated and never expected. Anyway, it has happened. There is no country that has this much experience of fighting terrorism as much Pakistan has in the world. So we do not need anybody's help, number one. This is our problem, we need to resolve it ourselves. The world owes us help. It is not that we should be requesting them. They must come forward. Why? Because we were there when they needed us. So therefore, the US-led West should themselves come forward to assist Pakistan, and we will handle it, number one.
Okay, so I'll stop you for a second over here. That's quite an ideal scenario. They should themselves be coming in supporting Pakistan, and Pakistan was there when they required Pakistan's help. Now, so we have seen those statements in the recent past since the Kabul takeover by the Afghan Taliban. We've seen them giving the statements. In what manifestations or forms do you expect that support coming, if they consider it coming by themselves rather than on Pakistan's request?
In fact, I am losing hope on that. Why? Because we are living in an era of neopolitics. I have recently coined this terminology. It's a hybrid deployment of geopolitics, geostrategy and geoeconomics. Here nobody knows anybody, and here we are not sure, rather the nations themselves are not sure what is in their best interest. That is what neopolitics is, and this is what is happening in Afghanistan at this time. Shah Saab has pointed out number of organizations that are operating. He has also hinted at the capacity issue that I also mentioned, that Taliban government may have capacity issue on the peripheries. But in that case, they must come out clean, and if they need assistance from Pakistan, we will be willing to do it because it is hurting us. However, while the diplomatic maneuvers must continue to take place and the hybrid actions must continue to take place, we must be prepared for intelligence based offensive operations, because it is hurting now. We have evidence, we have intelligence information, we are doing the surveillance, we are gathering information, and we have the capability and capacity. Without any fratricide, we can take them out.
You can take them out, yet the support would be always welcome. What about the leftover highly sophisticated weapons after the international troops withdrawal that have gone into the hands of these militant groups?
Please tell me, who was responsible? Did they not know that when are they leaving Afghanistan? Did they not know that there is a 20-month period from the Doha agreement till the hasty withdrawal? They knew it. Why did they leave it there? They left the stingers earlier, and this time they have left almost everything. Did they not know that Taliban will take over after they exit? Because this is what the Doha agreement was. They have done it deliberately.
29th of February 2020.
Yeah.
And then on in August, on 15th of August, they went.
Yeah.
There was the hasty withdrawal, right?
Yes.
So
20 months period. Yeah.
So even after this much span of time, why the international troops made a hasty withdrawal?
Yeah, because they did not have the exit strategy. The Trump administration signed Doha agreement. However, when the Biden administration came, it was not willing to withdraw. And that is why they did not prepare themselves for a controlled withdrawal. And it was at that time also, it was Pakistan that safely evacuated not only the Americans, but many European troops, many European workers. It was only PIA and military aircraft from Pakistan which were able to land at Kabul airport, bring them into Islamabad, Rawalpindi, station them into our military messes, hotels, hostels, and safely send them back home.
Right.
There were many countries, including UN, which appreciated Pakistan's effort. But now, it is the new.
It happened. There was division as far as the approach of exit from Afghanistan was concerned within the ranks of the American administration at that particular time.
Absolutely.
The things are on the record, some high-ranking officials opposing it at that particular point in time. But it happened.
It happened.
Now, the fact is that the leftover weapons are there at the hands of the terrorists. Is there any mechanism to retrieve them and take them back, or what could be ideally done about it?
No, not. Because most of the weapons are being used by Taliban themselves, which is a de facto government. It is only a part of those weapons which are in the hands of TTP and other terrorist organizations. If Taliban want, if they have the intent and sincere intent, they can still withdraw those weapons from those people. Otherwise, outsiders cannot do it, whether it is the US or the Pakistan. We cannot do it. We can take them out, but we cannot snatch the weapons because de-arming is always very difficult.
Pakistan has got that will, the capacity. Pakistan has been through hard times already. Pakistan has defeated terrorism already. Now, after this Kabul takeover back in 2021 by the Taliban, there was a resurgence of terrorism here in Pakistan. Pakistan's will, capacity to take them out alone, or do you expect if this particular pattern on the part of the Afghan de facto authorities continues in future? Also, Pakistan keeps getting hurt from that particular western border also. Is that the option to put the boots on the ground once again in the form of any sort of a coalition? Perhaps it could be a regional one or an international one.
I will not go for that. I will not go for that. People of Afghanistan have suffered enough. And Taliban, there is no doubt, they have fought for their people valiantly for more than 4 decades. All right? We must respect that. At least I do.
Right.
But it does not mean that you hurt your brothers, your friends. Let's say there are no brothers in international relations, but there has been no other country more friendly than Pakistan to this Taliban government. That's what I am demanding, that they must have respect for people of Pakistan, for the government of Pakistan, for the military of Pakistan that has been with them throughout these 40 years.